Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And if you are brand new to my channel, yay, you're finally here. I've been waiting for you. You should know my goal is to save you time and money. My goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can decide whether or not you want to spend time or money or both sometimes watching a particular film. So the movie I'm reviewing today is called Argylle. This goofy spy thriller is now playing in theaters. It's rated PG-13 and is 2 hours and 19 minutes long. It's kind of a long movie. My overall movie review mom grade is a B+. I actually got a kick out of it, and probably more so than most film critics. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked, things I didn't like, tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny lines, interesting lines, and we'll finish up with recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that you might also really like if you like this one, or you might like even better. All right, so let's dive in a nutshell. The story is about a reclusive author who writes espionage novels about a secret agent and a global spy syndicate, who soon realizes that the plot of the new book that she's writing starts to mirror real world events. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so here's a list of some of the things that I really liked about this film. Starting off with, I love this cast. It features Bryce Dallas Howard, Henry Cavill, Sam Rockwell, Bryan Cranston, Dua Lipa, Ariana DeBose, Richard E. Grant, John Cena, Samuel Jackson, and more. I loved that shot of the female villain driving down the road at the top of Santorini, Greece, within the first few minutes of the movie. And I was just there just a few years ago. We stayed in a gorgeous place overlooking that famous caldera and just a couple of blocks away from that famous blue domed building that we see in this movie, in that shot. Greek food is so much better in Greece than it is in the good old USA. The best Greek salad I ever had in my life was in Athens. It was so good. And I ate a Greek salad almost every day that I was there. Anyway, I love all of the travel that we get to do in this movie. For example, we get to go to Hong Kong. Well, sort of. My daughter-in-law is from Hong Kong, and so I've been there several times, and it is such a dynamic city. However, in the movie, we see the skyline, but it is definitely through the use of a green screen. Wah, wah. Still, Hong Kong. Another fun place that we get to go is London. I've been to England many times and still haven't seen everything. I love that country. We spend some time in France, but we don't really get to see any of the famous sites. We're just told that it's France, kind of an old, beautiful home that we spend some time in. Anyway, again, I love to travel in movies, and it gives me ideas also of places where I want to go next. There's a cat in the movie. There's a backpack with a cat in the movie. And it is just this running gag throughout the film that I personally got a kick out of. It was done very well, I thought. There is quite a bit of visual and spoken humor. Now, most of the action sequences are just ridiculous and over the top, but that made it more entertaining for me. I was not expecting serious, dramatic John Wick style action sequences, and some of the scenes are fairly entertaining in the choreography, but mostly just in the ridiculousness of it all. As an author of a bunch of books myself, I'm always intrigued by movies about authors, and I'm fascinated by how authors are represented in film, where authors get their inspiration, and how fiction books are created. So I'm also a professional author coach, and I always get a kick out of my fiction author clients. All of my books are nonfiction, and my brain works like nonfiction. And so I love working with my fiction author clients because their brains just work differently. For example, my nonfiction clients, they want to talk about, all right, what is the next step in the marketing strategy? And we just dive in and start going step after step. And my fiction author clients want to tell me about their characters and the plot and, all of that. And we spend a lot of time on this story. And then they don't want to talk about marketing until, the book's almost done. Anyway, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just am always fascinated that they can create worlds that don't exist, except for in their mind and now on paper. And I just think that's amazing. So if you are an author or a writer, maybe if you're starting out or if you're already a published author, but you're wondering why your books aren't selling, reach out to me. I'm happy to offer you a complimentary 20-minute author coaching strategy session to see if we're the right fit and to see if I can help you. My website where you can learn more is called FromBookToBusiness.com. And people often ask me, why do you call it that? Because oftentimes authors think that they want to write one book and, one and done. And then they get that bug and it becomes 2 books and 3 books and series and on and on. And it seems like they don't really look at their first book as a business until they start writing more books. So FromBookToBusiness.com. Anyway, back to the movie. That was my little shameless plug. I enjoyed all of the many twists in this movie. Now, some may criticize and say, really, that was way too many twists. Yeah, probably. I mean, like I said, the movie is really long. They could have cut out some stuff, but I still got a kick out of it. And I also got a kick out of the last dance scene in Act 3. I thought it was hilarious. Now, it's sort of cliche, not sort of, it is cliche to end with a dance scene. And I'm not talking about that so much as this. You'll see it when you watch the movie. There's this little dance scene. And anyway, I just thought it was cute. There is almost nonstop action. So the movie is a lot of fun. If you plan on it just being silly and goofy, I think you'll get a kick out of it. Now, onto the list of things that I didn't like or thought could have been done better or differently. First of all, many of the action sequences definitely look like they were filmed with green screens. There's a scene with a lot of exposition intermingled with shorter scenes with a lot of exposition. The film definitely overstays its welcome and starts to repeat its main ideas, bouncing from twist to twist. Whoops, I just knocked something off my desk here. A shortened runtime, I think, would have helped hold the audience's interest in general. And because of all of the twists, the stakes feel pretty low because you're invested and then something changes and you're like, oh, okay, I guess that didn't matter so much. And then you get invested in the next part of the story. And then there's a twist and you're like, oh, okay, I guess that didn't matter so much. You know what I mean? And there are a lot of CGI moments. So whenever I watch movies, I take notes, of course, so I can share them with you. But I also write down funny lines and interesting lines so you can get a taste of the dialogue and the script writing and the humor and that kind of thing. And so I'll share some of them with you right now, but you can see all of them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. So the first line is spoken by Bryce Dallas Howard's character. She's the author. She's talking to another character and she says, "You lied about liking cats. How am I supposed to trust you now?" Because her character is just obsessed with this cat. And she goes to great lengths to protect the cat, which I think is pretty cute. I love cats. I really do. But I guess I'm probably more of a dog person ultimately. But I do love cats. And then another character played by Sam Rockwell. He's just hilarious and awesome. He says, "Cat ladies always die alone, and cats figure it out." And then the same character also says about cats, "Look at that. He landed like a ninja," talking about, this cat. Now, a couple of interesting lines I'll share with you are, again, spoken by Bryce Dallas Howard. She says, "You can't find the time. You have to make the time for things that are important to you." Yes, lesson of life, isn't it? Absolutely. And then another time she says to somebody, "Tomorrow isn't promised." I say that all the time. I love both of those lines. And then ultimately she says, "If you're passionate about what you do, you'll never work a day in your life." Okay, we've heard that line many, many times before, but it's true. All right, so let me share 3 movies I instantly thought of while I was watching this one. The first one is Kingsman: The Secret Service. That came out in 2014. It is definitely tongue firmly implanted in cheek, humor and drama and espionage. Really fun movie. Then another one that I liked, I think, more than most people is Red Notice. That one came out on Netflix, and I just thought it was a lot of fun. Maybe because I wasn't expecting a lot. And so lower your expectations for this movie as well. And then I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And then a similar movie is Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre, that came out. I think that one was also on Netflix. I'll queue up Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre, and you can watch that in case you missed that movie and see if that's something that you want to watch. But lots of espionage and twists and that kind of stuff. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me till the very end. I really appreciate your support. And an easy way to support my growing channel is to hit the like button or subscribe or comment down below or all of the above. They're all free actions and they do help spread magical YouTube fairy dust on my channel so that more people can find it, so I can help save more people, more time, and more money. That's it. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.